Jews on the tour. Couple MOTs, a member of the tribe. Where Mahib's at. Anyway, not too many today. I had a lot more yesterday. Anyway, when you had a bunch of Jews living in Europe, what you would do was you would put them in a bit of land that no one wanted to live on, and then you would put up walls around them, right? Also known as a ghetto. So the area that you guys are standing on used to be a dirty, stinky, smelly swamp. And the walls were put up in the year 1254. Back then, times was medieval, right? The Jews, they tried to make the dirty, smelly swamp as livable as they possibly could, right? But it was difficult. It was hard, right? And as you guys can probably imagine, the population of the Jewish quarter grew, and the walls of the ghetto, nope. So the Jews, they tried to make this ghetto as livable as they possibly could. By 1848, the progressive emperor at the time, he knocked down the walls and he said, Jews, you can live wherever you want. Well, after 600 years of building the dirty, smelly swamp to be somewhat livable, a lot of Jews probably wanted to stay where they grew up, right? Hell no. 80% of the Jews were like, F this, let's go visit Grandpa in the swamp on the weekends instead. So 80% left. They decided to live somewhere else. And the area that was left behind, it deteriorated socially, economically, and physically. So the emperor decided to just raise the whole thing. Fill it all up with, sticks, stones, tarmac, and all that good stuff, and build it up to the way it looks today. That's why when you look around you, well, not this building, but later on in the tour, you'll see really beautiful buildings, lots of Art Deco, lots of Art Nouveau, a bit of Cubism as well. Ironically enough, the smelly swamp that no one wanted to live in is now the most expensive place to live in Prague. Who knew? Right here we have the Spanish synagogue. Built in the year 1868, and it's beautiful, but it doesn't really look like a synagogue. It looks a bit like a mosque, right? Or maybe an Egyptian library hanging out in the middle of Prague, right? Well, that's because it's done in the Moorish architectural style. See, back in the day, there was a little thing we like to call the Spanish Inquisition. And that basically meant all of the Christians were hunting and killing the Jews. And when someone is hunting and killing you, you run and hide. And that's exactly what the Jews did. And they hid in the Muslim kingdom of Al-Andalus, which is where Spain is today, part of Spain is today. And the Muslims were awesome. They let the Jews live. No killing the Jews. So to kind of hide out from the Christians even better, to assimilate into the Muslim culture, the Jews adopted a lot of the Muslim ways. They started dressing like them, cooking like them, building things like them. So this synagogue is actually a really lovely symbol of religious cooperation. And you can tell it's a synagogue because it's got the 2 tablets with the Roman numerals 1 through 10. That stands for the 10 Commandments. And it's also got 2 stars of David on the turrets and kind of all over decoration as well. And if you want to go inside, it does cost, I believe, 50 crowns, but the inside is very beautiful too. It's kind of all very intricate patterns, very sparkly, shiny. I love sparkly, shiny stuff, so I'm always like... Or if you're Jewish, if you are Jewish, services, I believe, are every Friday at 7. And this is a still active synagogue. It has the conservative Jewish community here in Prague. And we're actually going to see several synagogues today. And a lot of people wonder, well, wait a second. The Nazis were here from 38 to 45. Why didn't they just destroy the Jewish area here? That doesn't make any sense. Why did they just leave it? Well, the interesting thing is, Hitler, he wanted to make Berlin his political capital and Prague his cultural capital, okay? And as part of his cultural capital, Hitler wanted to have a museum to the extinct race. And that was going to be the buildings of the Jewish ghetto, or the Jewish quarter, as it was. Now, fortunately for us, Hitler never succeeded in exterminating the Jewish race, because then you guys wouldn't have me as your tour guide, right? And we got to keep the synagogues on top of that. Jews 1, Hitler 0. And now we're going to go see the oldest synagogue in Europe. So let's go.